Hey guys, it's GameFacer and welcome back to episode 10 of my Leicester City career. Now today we're going to be playing some pretty big games. We've got a few pretty big matches coming up. The first one that I probably will be simming, and it's against Swansea. It is an away match, so it could be a little bit tougher to try and sim, but hopefully we can get a good result from that one. And as you can see, the 4 games after that are going to be very tough. Chelsea, Everton, Liverpool and Man City, all in the same month. And yeah, it's going to be very tough, all in a row as well, so we'll have to wait and see how we get on with those ones. Obviously we are in world class, so it is going to be quite challenging for all 4 of those games, and obviously including the Swansea match as well, which we have to sim due to a lack of time to fit that one into the episode. But before we get into the episode, if we could go hit 20 likes on this video, we really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to go subscribe as well if you haven't already. And let's move on now to some play development drills and see whether we can get any of these guys up in overall. And whether we can do that this week, no, not quite. A few of them going up in attributes though, which is good news for us. The finishing of Ezekiel has gone up to 82, which is pretty decent, and he's getting very close to 77 overall. Now then, let's sim onto the Swansea game, and we'll have a quick look through some emails if I get them. In fact, we have, and we've got an England management offer. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, I'm going to have to accept that. I think I'm going to have to accept the England job. Wasn't expecting that so soon. We are only in November. But yeah, we'll accept that one, I think. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. I'm just going to go ahead and accept it. Hopefully that's a good decision. But now I'm also in charge of England as well, so that should be very interesting for us. But first of all, we have some players to look through, and we'll have to see whether we've got any decent French players here. The first one doesn't look too good. This guy does, however. He's got decent potential. Same with Dimitri, doesn't look too bad, so we'll sign him up. Ibrahim doesn't look that good. But this Ibrahim does. Martial, I think, is his surname. And the other players, are they any good? No, Ben Yedder is not too good. Shame he's not as good as the actual Ben Yedder, the good one. Well, let's move on now to the Swansea game, and hopefully we can get something sorted out for a team. Okay, so this team I'm going to play with for the game against Swansea, the away match. As you can see, all those players there starting, it's pretty much just the best players in terms of overall I have in the squad, other than Jamie Vardy, who starts up front, just in front of Okazaki. We're going to sim it through the calendar in the hope that we have a bit more of a realistic result from doing that. But let's find out whether we can get ourselves a good result away to Swansea. It's one that we should be really trying to win. But as you probably know, we don't always seem to get those sort of results in away matches. How did we do? We drew 0-0, dropped 2 points there as far as I'm concerned, but at least we didn't lose the game. It was a tough away match, and we have players suspended, which isn't good for the Chelsea game coming up. Luckily though, it is only my substitute centre-back. Who's the other guy? Kante. That's a big miss actually. Again though, luckily it's only a match, but Kante is definitely a big miss for us in the midfield. And yeah, I think we won't bother with the play developments this week. We will just sim onto the Chelsea game. Okay, this is the team I'm going to go with to play against Chelsea. It's a home game against Chelsea, so maybe slightly in our favour, but not too much really when you're playing the game. That's the team I've gone with. It's pretty much the team you'd expect. Gray starts on the left-hand side. Drinkwater obviously replaces Kante, who is suspended. Mara's on the right. Okazaki and Jamie Vardy playing as the 2 forward players. And then that is the bench I've gone with. Wes Morgan finally gets back on the bench. And hopefully he might make an appearance if we are winning the game. We'll have to wait and see. And yeah, let's see how we do against Chelsea. Hopefully Chelsea haven't got any really good players that are going to surprise me in this team lineup. Doesn't look like it. They're starting, what is it, Houghton? I don't know how you pronounce his name. Seems to be a youngster. Never heard of him. So we'll wait and see whether he's any good. But certainly I think this is a game that we should be looking to win if we want to do well, obviously, in the league. And I'm just hoping we've got enough going forward and also in defence to make sure we can win this game. It is going to be tough though. Vardy goes through. That's surely a penalty. The referee's given it after 4 minutes. Wow, Gary Cahill bringing down Jamie Vardy. It was a very strong challenge. But we'll have to wait and see from the replay. Is that a penalty? Debatable really. Not 100% sure myself whether that one is a penalty. Can we score past the goalkeeper? We have done. And it's also bearing in mind that I believe that is their, third choice keeper, is it? After Begovic and Courtois. So again, they've really rotated this team round. But the main thing is, we're 1-0 up after 6 minutes. That's a brilliant start. Hopefully we can keep hold of the lead and maybe even add to it as well, because they are looking a little bit fragile in the team. It's not the greatest lineup that they probably could have put out. Obviously with Kennedy starting as well, Mikel. So there are some big names missing. It looks like Hazard isn't playing, but certainly it is still a strong team. We've nicked it back here though with Okazaki. That is an awful pass. We should really capitalise on that one. And again, they've got a really different choice of goalkeeper. I mean, our goalkeeper's better than theirs. I think he's about 70 overall, that Amelia guy, or however you pronounce his name. He doesn't look too good, so maybe we can catch him out. They're also starting to substitute right back as well. This really is such a weak team from Chelsea. I'm aware, obviously, they've still got some very good forward players like Costa there, but it certainly isn't the lineup I was expecting. Okazaki through to Jamie Vardy. Just got Willian to get past here if he can. Oh, that's really poor from Willian. That must be some sort of card, surely. Referee doesn't seem too bothered to give anything, so we'll continue and play out to Mahrez. Can we get it back into the box for Damari Gray? And we have done. Brilliant header, 2-0. I'll tell you what, that is absolutely fantastic play from us there. Takes the short free kick, brilliant pass to Mahrez, finds him straight away. Has a hell of a ball to the back post, and their substitute right back was never going to win it. 2-0, 30 minutes in. There's a few bad challenges going in here from a lot of Chelsea players. Mikel going in from behind. I mean, for me, that's a red, but he's given a yellow card. Cahill's also a minute ago just gone in behind. And to be honest, I thought he'd got a booking from the previous one, in which case it would have been a red as well. But certainly that's an awful challenge from Mikel. And Gary Cahill also should see himself as very lucky as well that he's not been sent off. Not too good from this sort of shorter range, so usually I lay it off, but I'm going to give it a go. Hopefully, no, I was about to say hopefully get over the wall, but not quite, out for a corner. Short to Mahrez, who's going to swing one in. Shame there was no one there, because it wasn't actually a bad ball in, really. That is it for the first half, still in the game 2-0. Very good first half performance from us. Not too much possession, but you don't really need that when you're scoring goals and creating chances. So I'm very happy with that. Hopefully we can make it 3-0, and then I'll start to look at some changes to the team. Danny Drinkwater, going to have a strike here and a good save from the keeper. Again, we've started off very well this first half. We will have Camarasa take this corner yet again. This time, hopefully, it's a little bit better. Not too much better, to be honest. The keeper collects comfortably. Okay, even though we're not 3-0 up, I do feel I'm going to make a change. That's taking off Camarasa, who I think it's actually been quite poor in this game, really. Those corners in particular, but also on the ball, he's not been that good. So we are going to bring on Armati, and hopefully he can just secure us a little bit defensively, make sure that we're nice and solid there. And other than that, the other change I'm looking at, obviously Traore and Dyer are players I'm looking at bringing on, but I'm not too sure just yet. Chelsea have casually brought on Godin, and that's a bit of a strange one. He's playing at right back. I don't know why they don't start him. But I think he's playing at right back now. Vardy looking for Okazaki with the ball through. Okazaki, and it's 3-0, 65 minutes in. Brilliant play, and I think we've certainly won this game now. I think it's the best performance I've had, and best result as well, on world-class difficulty. And we certainly need it as well. We've been dropping a few points recently, but that is a brilliant finish. And we've absolutely deserved it. And now it is time to make some of the bigger changes that I've wanted to make. And one of them is going to be to take off... I'm going to take off one of my centre-backs. It's going to be Huth. I'm going to bring on Wes Morgan, who hasn't had much of a chance recently, but also to try and protect Huth a little bit, who's one of our main players, I suppose, in the team. Another main players as well, the likes of Jamie Vardy, who I really need to try and keep in the side as much as possible. But I think the next player who's going to come off, I think it's going to have to be Jamie Vardy. And what we'll do now is bring on Traore, I think, just to cause a little bit of hassle in their defence. And we'll swap around Mahrez so he can put in crosses on his left foot, and Gray so he can put crosses on his right foot. Chelsea making another change here, bringing on Hazard. It's obviously far too late now for them to recover anything. But certainly I'd like to keep hold of the clean sheet as well. And they have looked more dangerous in recent minutes. It's another strike and another good save from Schmeichel. That is it, we've won the game 3-0, brilliant result against Chelsea, fantastic performance from us, and we did enough to get ourselves a clean sheet as well, so very happy with that. The stats, again, they seem to be in Chelsea's favour by quite a bit actually, in terms of the possession obviously, but if you've actually watched the whole game, it was clear that we were the better team. But that means the suspension is over for Kante, and also my centre-back as well there, who I don't suppose I was really going to use him that much, but he is back anyway in the squad. We're currently 4th in the league now, and that puts us 9 points behind Chelsea, who are actually top. I didn't know that, but we have beaten them 3-0 as well, quite comfortably that one, and now we can move on to the next game, which I have a feeling is against Everton, but I'm not 100% sure. First though, plenty of emails to look at, the first being risk of losing one player, and that is Max Schwarzer. And that is someone I'm just going to get rid of, to be honest. Not too interested in keeping him. We've got enough keepers in the squad. We've obviously got a very good backup goalkeeper, and we don't really need Mark Schwarzer. Let's have a look at the monthly scouting update. This Spanish guy looks very good, so we'll sign him up. and get rid of a few here. Another one that looks pretty decent, get rid of Pablo, and we'll also get rid of Pedro there as well. Now on to the next game, which is against Everton. This time it's an away match, another game that we're going to be playing in this episode, and that's the team that I've gone with. The only change really is Kante coming into the team after finishing his suspension, and other than that, that is the usual team that you probably expect. That means that Camaras's dropped out of the squad completely after a pretty poor performance in the previous game, so he's in the reserves now. That's the bench I've gone with, and as you can see, that's Jamie Vardy up top. Let's go on with this game now against Everton. Hopefully get ourselves another 3 points. If we do, that puts us very close to where Everton are in the league, because this is second place we're going up against, so 2 tough matches in a row. Already this game is quite a high intensity match. There's no passing it around at the back at the moment. They are certainly trying to push forward as much as possible with these forward passes. It's looking like a tough team to play against, but Kante's won it back brilliantly. And again, we've lost out on the ball in the final third. Okazaki looking for the run of Jamie Vardy. It's already a very tough game, this one, so I'll be happy with a win here. Definitely Okazaki with the strike, and it's a really poor one in the end. I think that's purely because I pressed LB a few seconds beforehand, which caused the shot to be pretty rubbish. Oh, Coleman's made it 1-0. It's deserved as well. They've passed it round us with ease. Look at this. I'm trying to press them as much as possible, but they're just really finding the gaps, playing it round us, and Schmeichel can't save it. 1-0. Losing this game against Everton, it's going to be a really tough match. We really have barely attacked. The only attack that we've had is the one that you saw, which ended up with a rubbish finish from Okazaki. So we have really struggled, and I think that's probably going to be the way this game's going to go, sadly. Okazaki, not really too much to aim for, but Danny Drinkwater was in there and kept him brilliantly to Andre Gray. Can we find a pass through that little gap? Not quite, but still got the ball. This is much better since we have conceded. Flores Mori, and that is it for the first half. We are still losing the game 1-0. We might have to make some changes at half time. Okay, what I've decided to do is take off Mahrez. Now, this is a little bit risky, but I'm going to have to do it, I think, because we are lacking a little bit from Mahrez. And I want to try and bring on Dyer to kind of boost our pace going forward on the counter-attack, because that's the way that we're playing, that's the tactic that we're using. Other than that, though, no changes, other than that one. Armati's son I'm tempted to bring on, but I'll let Kante have a bit more of this game. Okay, I'm going to have to make some more changes. We don't have too much choice but to go with this now. Traore's going to come on to give us some height, and Jamie Vardy's just going to have to sit back a little bit. That means we are going to have to try and put in some more crosses, basically. So I'm going to change around the instructions, make sure he's getting in as a playing to target man and getting in the box plenty, and we'll hopefully see that improve the team. Also another change as well, we are going to bring off Danny Drinkwater and bring on Armati. Hopefully that improves us again, just breaking down their attacks a little bit more. But we've got 20 minutes to try and get a goal back. And we've lost the game 1-0 to Everton. Tough match, that one. We had no chances at all to put in any crosses with the last 20 minutes. So the tactical change didn't work for us. The Vita's on possession, as you can see there, as we expect on World Class, really. But yeah, very disappointing that we didn't get ourselves a draw, really, from that one. Probably should have. But that's just the way it's gone, and again we've dropped more points. That now puts us down to 6th as well, so not too positive, but the main thing is that we've not lost both the games, I suppose. Camarasa isn't happy with his squad role, but that's kind of what you've got to expect if you're not playing good enough in game. So he won't be playing for us for a little while now, I'd imagine. We've got this game against Liverpool, followed by Man City 2 days later. Ridiculous scheduling of fixtures. We're going to have to deal with it again and probably put out a slightly weaker team for this Liverpool game. Hopefully, if I remember anyway, in the next episode, because that is it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this one, please get the thumbs up button and also go ahead and subscribe as well. It'll be absolutely fantastic. Let's try and hit 20 likes on this video. And yes, that is it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.